There were a number of reasons why people wanted to leave the East and move west in the years during the Civil War era. For many African Americans, moving west offered an opportunity to escape the evils of the South. They were called exodusters, and many historians believe Benjamin Pap Singleton to be the first to advocate for this kind of move. They were discouraged from exercising their newfound freedom, first by the Black Codes and later by the Ku Klux Klan. They believed that the West would give them an opportunity to escape that racism in the South. There was also the possibility of a better life, where African Americans could rely on themselves rather than whites for their freedom. In 1879, after a false rumor was spread around African American churches in the South that the government had set aside all of Kansas for former slaves, 15,000 people moved to that state within the year. Many Civil War veterans also moved west, looking to escape the memories that came along with over 600,000 dead and millions more wounded. As they walked the streets of their hometowns, many were overcome with memories of their friends that they had used to hang out with. The families of the dead sometimes made the lives of survivors difficult, as they blamed them for the deaths of their loved ones or claimed the survivors were lucky to be alive. These veterans who moved could be either from the North or the South, as the misery of life after the war knew both sides. Some white Southerners were also looking to move west, as they felt they could no longer deal with what had happened to their beloved South after the Civil War. For many Southerners, primarily those in the East Coast states that Sherman had plowed through on his march to the sea, their homes and plantations had been destroyed, driving the value of their land almost to zero, with little to no chance of them wanting to or being able to save it. Because all of their wealth was in their land, it meant that they had little to no money and needed to start over. There was also the reality that slavery had been outlawed in the nation, and that former slaves were being given rights that up until then had been reserved for the white masters. Some whites in the South thought it better to move away from this reality and from the Union military sent in to make sure that the former slaves could exercise those rights, rather than put up with their new lifestyle. The West also offered new employment opportunities for those in the East looking for a chance at adventure. Moving west for these people was not about being unable to find a job in the East, as unemployment was really not an issue, but was nothing more than wanting to try something different. These people may also have been Civil War veterans looking to escape, white Southerners who felt they could no longer deal with the realities of a new South, or newly freed slaves looking to get away from their lives in bondage.